Welcome, everybody. Here we are at the 1966 World Series Game 1 at Dodger Stadium. Attendance is 55,941. The pitching matchups for today are going to be for the Baltimore Orioles. It's going to be Dave McNally, and he had a record of 13-6 with a 3.17 ERA in 213 innings. So it seems like he had a bunch of no decisions. And for the Dodgers, it's going to be Don Drysdale. Let's see if we can show his card. Don Drysdale is right here. There you go, Don Drysdale. He's definitely not going to stand up. He won't last there. And his record was 13-16 with a 3.42 ERA and 274 innings pitched. Now, in this particular World Series, the Orioles won it in 4 straight. They won it by a score of 5-2, 6-0, 1-0, and then 1-0. I strongly feel that the Dodgers, given a second chance, could have done much better. So we're going to see. I mean, there's no way of doing worse, right? So it's kind of a no-brainer here. So let's see what happens. See if they can win a game or two, and you never know what that'll turn into. So let's get started. It's going to be Don Drysdale on the mound, and Luis Aparicio steps into the box, and we're ready to roll. We're ready to rock and roll here. Let's see what we got going. We got a new little box here, a little cigar box of Shea Stadium. I don't know if you can see that. Real cool. I think you can see that. And I'm going to roll in here. So this shouldn't take long. Playing Stratomatic is pretty quick. So it's going to be off the Aparicio's card. And it's going to be a 3-8. A 3-8 on a 1-4. It's a split die. And that ball is lined. Base hit for Aparicio, and he's on it first. So Snyder comes to the plate, and Snyder hit 21 doubles, 5 triples, 3 home runs, and batted .306. Here's a pitch from Drysdale. That's a 4-12. A 4-12 is off Drysdale's card, and it's a fly ball right field X. The right fielder is going to be a 3, Johnson. Don't know where the oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, I just turned the camera on. I was not ready at all. So anyway, it's a 3 and a 13, and that's going to be an out. So Johnson runs it down. 1 away. It's going to be Frank Robinson. Here's the pitch to Robinson. This would be a 6-8. A 6-8 is off Drysdale's card, and 8 is a fly ball. Again, Willie Davis now. He hustles over and makes the catch. 2 away. It's going to be Brooks Robinson. Be 6-7. 6-7 is a ground ball. Second baseman. Second baseman is Lefebvre. I think that's how you pronounce that, or Lefebvre, but I think it's Lefebvre. I'm not French. So anyway, 6-7. It's a 15. Lefebvre is a 3. So it's a 15-3 on the second baseman, and that's a ground ball that he over to first, and that's the third out. So we go to the bottom of the first now, no score. And it's going to be Wills Davis and Johnson. Maury Wills hit 14 doubles, 2 triples, 1 home run. But he's a double A stealer, so he's got great speed. He batted 273. So that's going to be now pitching is going to be McNally. See if we track him down. He's looking at a set of cards. There he is. There's McNally. It's going to be a 6-4. 6-4 off McNally's card is a ball that's swung on by Wills. And that's driven deep to center field. Back goes the center fielder Snyder to the track, to the wall. He looks up, and that's a home run. That's a Strat Basic leadoff home run for Maury Wills, who all season long hit only one. Well, guess what? He hits one here off McNally's card in the bottom of the first inning, and it gives the Dodgers a 1-0 lead. Hard to believe. Even the announcer was stunned. So it's going to be Willie Davis now. Willie Davis batted 284, 31 doubles, 6 triples, and 11 home runs. And it's 4-6, 4-6. It's a swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away. And it's Lou Johnson. Lou Johnson, 20 doubles, 2 triples, 17 home runs, 272 batting average. And it's 5-10, 5-10. Catcher's card X. Etchebarren, the catcher. I haven't put in the numbers for the Orioles. But I'm doing that quickly now. Johnson is a 2 second baseman. Etchebarren is a 2 catcher. So we have a 3 for the catcher. Johnson is a 2 catcher, but we rolled a 3. And that's going to be safe at first, and Etchebarren drops a pop-up, and that's going to allow Johnson to make it to first base. So E2, that's going to be Tommy Davis. Davis hit 11 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs, 313 batting average. Had only 313 bats. All right, that didn't take long to happen. And it's going to be 5-7, 5-7. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout. 2 outs now. And it's going to be LaFay, second baseman. Power hitting second baseman, 23 doubles, 3 triples, and 24 home runs. He led the Dodgers in home runs in 1966. 6-8. It's a fly ball, deep right field. Back goes the right fielder, Frank Robinson, to the track and makes the catch. Got good wood on that one, but just not enough to drive it out of the park. But we go to the top of the second, 1-0 Dodgers. And in the top of the second, it's going to be Powell, Blefari, and Johnson. I think it's Blefari or it's Blefari. I'm not sure how they say that. Gotta check it out later. All right. I won't be saying his name too many times. 110. Okay, here's the pitch to Powell. Powell had a pretty good season. 18 doubles, no triples, 34 home runs. So he's got outstanding power. Batted 287. Powell had an outstanding career. I played with him in the World Series. I think the Orioles were in the 69, 70, and 71 World Series, and he was in the center of that lineup, and he was, a heck of a hitter to contend with. All right, so here's the pitch from Drysdale. And it's swung on and lifted deep to center field. Back goes the center fielder, Willie Davis, to the track, to the fence. He looks up, and that's gone. Game tied. Booger Powell slams a home run to center field, ties the game here, leading off in the top of the second inning. And it's Kurt Blefari. I think that sounds about right. And it's going to be 6-5. 5, so it's off Drysdale's card. A 5 is a pop-up to the right side. Second baseman LaFay calls everybody off. 1 away. And it's going to be Johnson, Dave Johnson. Dave Johnson batted .257, 20 doubles, 3 triples, 7 home runs. And that's a 4-9 off Drysdale's card. 4-9. And that's going to be a split die. That ball is lined into the gap. Cutting it off is the center fielder Willie Davis. And Johnson had thoughts of turning it into a double, but no, he's going to stay at first. So Johnson's on with a single. 1 away here. Top of the second, 1-1 to score. And it's Andy Etchebarren. And that's a 6-7. 6-7. It's a ground ball, second base X. Second baseman is a 3, LaFay. And we rolled a 16. And that's going to be a 4. It says if no runners are forced, runners hold. So that's going to be a forced play. So it's going to be a forced play. They're going to force Johnson. It's a fielder's choice. Etchebarren is on at first now with 2 outs. It's going to be the pitcher McNally. Now McNally is a 3 hitter. So we're going to go to the pitcher card, number 3. And it's a 4-11. Doesn't matter because it's off Drysdale's card. And 11. It's a ground ball shortstop X. So ground ball hit to the shortstop Wills, who's a 3. We rolled an 8. And that's going to be a ball that Wills flips to the second baseman, LaFay, for the force out. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. They leave 1 and get 1 on the home run by Powell. Game tied here in the bottom of the second, 1-1. It's going to be Wes Parker. Wes Parker is the first baseman for the Dodgers. He hit .253 with 17 doubles, 5 triples, and 12 home runs. Then it's going to be Jim Gilliam, the third baseman, and John Roseborough, the catcher. .38. It's going to be off Wes Parker's car, and that ball is lined and caught by the second baseman, Johnson. Davey Johnson on that one. It's be Jim Gilliam. 2-8 off Gilliam's card, and that's a ground ball hit at the shortstop, Aparicio. Aparicio across the diamond, gets him by a step. 2 away. And it's going to be Roseborough. .49. That's going to be off McNally's card. A 4-9. That's a line drive base hit for Roseborough. He's on at first. 2 away. And it's going to be the pitcher, Drysdale, who's a 2. Going to roll for Drysdale. See whose card it's off of. And it's the pitcher's card. It's a 5-4. A 5-4. Be a fly ball. Snyder got it measured. And we go to the top of the third. Still 1-1. Here we are in the top of the third inning. It's going to be the top of the order for the Orioles facing Don Drysdale. It's Louis Aparicio, who singled at first at bat. And it's 2-9. 2-9. It's going to be off Aparicio's card. That's a ball that's lifted to center. And Willie Davis makes the catch. 1 away. Russ Snyder flied out to right field. And it's a 6-9, so it's off Drysdale's card. A 6-9 is lifted to left. Left fielder Tommy Davis waits for it, squeezes it. 2 away. Now we go to Frank Robinson. Frank Robinson flew out to center in his first at bat. It's a 112 off Robinson's card, and that's a fly ball to left field again. Left fielder Tommy Davis has it measured, and 3 up, 3 down for Drysdale. Now Drysdale had a 13-16 record, I believe, but a decent ERA of 3.42. So he must have not gotten a lot of run support. So it's going to be Maury Wills, top of the order. Wills, Davis, and Johnson against McNally. A 4-5 off McNally's card. A 5 is a fly ball to center. Snyder. 1 away. That's going to be a 2-5. A 2-5 is going to be off Willie Davis's card. Davis struck out in his first at bat. 2-5 is a line drive base hit for Willie Davis. So Willie Davis is on at first, and he's a threat to steal. He's an A base stealer, and that's going to make his base stealing ability 1/15. 1/15. And McNally throws over, and Davis dives back in. So McNally's taking his time. Here's the pitch, and there goes Davis. And he's safe at second under the tag with a stolen base. So runner in scoring position now for the Dodgers, and Lou Johnson, the batter. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-9 off of McNally. A 4-9 is going to be a line drive base hit. And 1/17. They're going to wave Davis home. Davis is a 1/17 running, and it's a 20. He's out at the plate. Oh my goodness. So Johnson singles, and they wave Willie Davis home, but a great relay by Aparicio gets him at the plate. Nice tag by Echebarren as well. And Johnson, on a 1-10, is going to make it to second base. And he does. So he's on at second on the throw. There's 2 outs now. It's going to be Tommy Davis. Here's the pitch from McNally to Tommy Davis. It's a 5-6. A 5-6 is a ground ball shortstop X. The shortstop is a 2. We rolled a 14. And that's going to be a flip from Aparicio to the second baseman Johnson. Force out for the 3rd out. And the Dodgers lead 1. And at the end of 3, it's 1-1. We go to the top of the 4th now. Welcome back for the top of the 4th inning. Don Drysdale on the mound for the Dodgers, and it's going to be Brooks Robinson. Robinson grounded out in his last at bat. Brooks Robinson batted .269, 35 doubles, 2 triples, and 23 home runs. So he's been very, very consistent throughout the years that he's playing in his prime at this point. So a 1-6. A 1-6 is ball 4. So Brooks walks. It's going to be Boog Powell. He homered in his first at bat. And Drysdale looks in for the sign. He sets and he deals. And Powell swings. Say a chopper to the second baseman. Second baseman Johnson, he's a 2. You're gonna have to check on the chart. 14, and that's a flip. He's gonna flip it over to the shortstop and back to first. And no, the second baseman, I'm sorry. Second baseman is LaFay, and he's a 3. Moving a little bit fast. So he's a 3. You roll what, a 14? Yeah, and that's gonna he boots it. So now we have runners on first and second. LaFay boots an easy ground ball hit by Powell. We have runners on first and second. Blefari is gonna bunt. Actually, Blefari hit 23 home runs, or Blefari. I'm not sure how you say that. And he hit 23 home runs. So Kurt B. How's that? Kurt B. So Kurt B is going to swing away. Here's the pitch from Drysdale. So 4-11. 4-11 is a ground ball shortstop X. And the shortstop is Wills. I'm looking at the right area of fielders now. Drysdale is pitching. So it's a 4-11. It's the shortstop. It's a 4. Let's see. And Wills is a 3. So that's going to be a ground ball that Wills moves to his left over to first. Both runners move up. Second and third down. And it's going to be Johnson. Davy Johnson. It's a 4-3. A 4-3 off Drysdale is a back to the pitcher, a comebacker. Drysdale is a 2. We rolled a 9. And that's going to be a ball that Drysdale over to short, back to first, double play, and they are out of the inning. I'm sorry, it was second and third. So that's a ball that is going to allow a run to score. Actually, no. Let me look at that again. Hold on a second. That's a 9 under a 2, a 9, a 3. So runner provide completion until other runners advance one base. Yep. So the over to third goes Powell. Coming home is Brooks Robinson. The Orioles are up 2-1 now. And it's Andy Etchebarren with Powell on at third base. Here's the pitch from Drysdale. And it's a 4-9. A 4-9. It's going to be a split die. It's going to be a line base hit for Etchebarren. And the run scores. In comes Powell. And that's 3-1 now. 3-1 Orioles. And it's the pitcher, McNally. McNally is a 3 batter. So we got the pitcher hitting card here. And that's going to be a 1-7. A 1-7 is a ground ball to the second baseman. Flips to LaFay for the force in the third out. So at the end of 3.5, it's 3-1. Orioles. And in the bottom of the inning, it's going to be LaFay leading off. He flew out to right field. McNally on the mound for the Orioles. It's a 3-9. A 3-9 is going to be a split die line drive, base hit, single for LaFay. He's on at first. Wes Parker. Parker batted .253, 17 doubles, 5 triples, and 12 home runs. And he is going to bunt. A 4. Let's see what that is. A 4. Batter is thrown out by the pitcher. Runners advance. So it's a successful sacrifice. So Parker moves him over. He's in scoring position now. 1 out. This would be Gilliam. Gilliam batted .217, 9 doubles, no triples, and 1 home run. And it's a 2, a 2-4. A 2-4 is a ground ball hit back to McNally. And that's going to be an A ground ball, so if no runners are forced, runners hold. So LaFay is going to stay at second. 2 away now. And it's Roseboro. Roseboro batted .276, 23 doubles, 2 triples, and 9 home runs. And I think they're going to, they're going to walk Roseboro to pitch to the pitcher. Actually, you know what? By doing that, they'd be putting the tying run on base, and they're not going to do that. So we're going to pitch to Roseboro. Here comes the pitch from McNally, and it's a 6-4, a 6-4. And that's not what the Orioles want to see. It's swung on and lifted deep to center field. Back goes the center fielder Snyder to the track, to the fence. He looks up, and that's gone. 2-run shot by Roseboro, and that ties up the game. LaFay scores, and Roseboro steps on the plate. He gets a huge greeting from the dugout, and it's 3-3 now in the bottom of the 4th. Don Drysdale, the batter. 3-7. It's a ground ball to the second baseman, Johnson, over to first for the 3rd out. But the damage has been done here, and the Dodgers scored 2 runs at the bottom of the 4th and tie the ball game. We go to top of the 5th. Top of the 5th is going to be Aparicio leading off. Tie game, folks. Game 1 of the 1966 World Series between the Baltimore Orioles and the Los Angeles Dodgers, playing at Dodger Stadium. Crowd size is 55,941. Both starting pitchers are in. 6-2. It's a ground ball to the first baseman. Parker takes it himself. 1 away. Russ Snyder. Pretty good hitter. 3-12. It's a ground ball at the third baseman. Gilliam across the diamond. 2 away. Be Frank Robinson. He's flied out twice. He's 0 for 2. So Drysdale looks in for the sign, sets, and he deals. And it's a 5-8, so it's going to be off Drysdale. A 5-8 is a ground ball shortstop. Shortstop is Wills. He's a 3. We rolled a 6. And that's a ball that Wills gets to and throws him out. So 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the 5th inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th, tied at 3. This will be Willie Davis. Maury Wills. Maury Wills is 1 for 2. He homered, leading off the game. In all of 1972, he hit 1 home run, and he has 1 here in the World Series. McNally, 4-9. And that's a line drive base hit for Wills. Wills is a threat to steal. He's a double-A. And McNally throws over. Wills is in easily. And he sets, and here's the pitch, and there goes Wills. And the throw from the catcher, he's safe under the tag. So now Wills is on at second base, and Willie Davis. And that was a ball, so it's 1-0 to Willie Davis. Here's the pitch from McNally to Davis. It's a 5-8, a 5-8. It's a split die, line drive base hit, and that's going to score Maury Wills. RBI single for Willie Davis, and he's on at first. He's also a threat to steal. And there he goes. That's an 18, and here's the throw. He's out of there. Beautiful throw by Etchebarren for the first out of the inning. And it's to be Lou Johnson. Lou Johnson. It's 4-3 now, the score. The Dodgers up here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-10. 6-10 is a line drive base hit single So 3 consecutive hits, and that's going to get some action in the bullpen. And Johnson, not a threat to steal. He's on at first. Lou Johnson. It's going to be Tommy Davis. Tommy Davis batted .313. He hit 11 doubles, 1 triple, and 3 home runs. Here's the pitch from McNally. It's a 5-8. A 5-8 is a split die line drive base hit. And over to third is going to go Lou Johnson. So Davis gets a single. And out comes the manager. And he's making a motion to the bullpen. And that's going to be all for McNally. So the Orioles now have are pulling McNally, one of their star pitchers, and in comes Eddie Watt. Eddie Watt won 9, lost 7, had a 3.82 ERA. So it's going to be Eddie Watt. With runners on first and third and only 1 out. And it's going to be LaFay batting. He's 1 for 2. Singled and scored a run. So here's the pitch from Watt. And it's a 1-8. It's going to be off LaFay's card. A 1-8 is a deep drive to center field. Back goes the center fielder Snyder to the track, to the fence. He looks up, and it's gone. A 3-run home run for the power-hitting second baseman of the LA Dodgers. He stroked 24 home runs during the season and strokes a 3-run shot here in the bottom of the 5th. And that's 4 runs that the Dodgers have scored in the bottom of the 5th, and they now lead it by a score of 7-3. So the Dodger crowd right now is ecstatic. I know Eddie Watt is not happy about that. So a 3-run home run by LaFay in the bottom of the 5th makes the score now 7-3 Dodgers. And here's Wes Parker. It's a 6-4 off Watt's card. A 6-4 is a fly ball, center field. Back goes the center fielder, Snyder, to the track and makes the catch. So that's the second out. And second out is going to be Jim Gilliam. Here's the pitch from Watt to Gilliam. And it's a 5-7. A 5-7 is a strikeout, swing and a miss. Out number 3. And the damage has been done in the bottom of the 5th. The Dodgers pick up big 4 runs and lead it 7-3 now. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Now this is definitely a slow-moving game. A lot of base runners, walks, and so forth. And I'm also getting accustomed to the game. It's been, I think I went a week without playing it, so I have to, it's like a, I don't know, it's a rhythm that you get into. So Don Drysdale is going to face Brooks Robinson, Boo Powell, and Blefari. Here's the pitch to Robinson. It's a 6-3. A 6-3 is a fly ball left field X. And that's Tommy Davis in left field. And he's a 4. We rolled an 18. We're going to have to roll again. It's a 6 this time. And that's a ball that hits off the left fielder's glove. Hits off Tommy Davis's glove and rolls away from him. And around first, going into second, standing up is Brooks Robinson. So it's a 2-base error by the left fielder, Tommy Davis. Spook Powell, 5-10, 5-10. Line drive base hit single, and Robinson is going to stop at third. Powell is 2 for 3 on the day. Dodgers have committed 2 errors today. So runners on the corners, nobody out here, and it's Blefari or Kurt B. He's 0 for 2, and that's a 6-6. A 6-6 is a pop-up to the left side. Third baseman, shortstop, converge. Gilliam calls off Wills. And that's 1 away now. Big out. Davey Johnson. There's action in the Dodger bullpen now. Davey Johnson, who's 1 for 2, he singled in his first at bat. It's 6-11. 6-11 is a ground ball. First baseman, X, the first baseman is a 1, Parker. So he's a good, outstanding defensive first baseman. And we rolled a 1. A 1-1 is a 3-6-3 double play, and they're out of the inning. Great play by the Gold Glove first baseman, Parker. I'm just checking his first name. Wes Parker. And they get out of that inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left on base. Okay, it's going to be Roseboro and Drysdale against Eddie Watt. Here's the pitch to Roseboro. It's a 2-4. A 2-4 is a line drive base hit. Roseboro with his, let me see what that is. Oh, Roseboro has a 2-run shot here. So he's 2 for 2, and now he's going to be 3 for 3. He's got 2 singles and a home run, a 2-run home run. It's be Drysdale. Drysdale is going to bunt. And a 10, I don't know that that's a successful sacrifice. Batter safe at first. So it is not. It's a fielder's choice. 1 out. Drysdale's on at first. Wills is batting. It's a 4-7. A 4-7 is off Watt's card. It's going to be a split die. And that's going to be a ball pulled down the line. And with Maury Will's speed, he's around first, going to second. Around second, he's going to third. Here's the throw to third, and he's safe. An RBI triple that scores Drysdale by Wills. And only 1 out now here in the bottom of the 6th. And that makes the score 8-3. And the infield's going to be in. It's going to be Willie Davis. Here's Watt to Willie Davis. And it's a 4-6. A 4-6 off Watt's card is a swing and a miss, strike 3 for the second out. That's a second strikeout for Watt. And it'll be Lou Johnson. Lou Johnson is 2 for 3 today. Single twice. Here's the pitch from Watt to Johnson. And it's a 4-6. A 4-6. It's be a swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Dodgers pick up 1 run on 2 hits here in the bottom of the 6th, and now lead it 8-3. We go to the top of the 7th. And it's going to be Etchebarren in the pitcher spot. We'll probably see a pinch hitter, and then it's going to be Aparicio against Don Drysdale. Now, I don't think the manager is going to pull Don Drysdale unless things really get out of hand. So it's going to be a 4-9, a 4-9. That's a split die, 11. That's a ball hit into the gap. And Etchebarren He's going in for second. Here's a throw, and he's in under the tag for a double for Echeverry, a leadoff double. And it's going to be a Watt. They're going to bring in a pinch hitter, Paul Blair. And the new pitcher, it's going to be, let's see, Stu Miller. Miller's going to be the next pitcher. And right now, pinch hitting is going to be Paul Blair. So Don Drysdale gives up a leadoff double to Echeverry. And he's going to face Paul Blair. Now, Paul Blair in 1966 had 20 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, batted .277. Here's going to be the pitch to Blair. Everything comes crashing down. So it's off Blair's card, a 3-8. A 3-8 says a ground ball to the shortstop. And Echeverry is going to hold at second base. Aparicio now. Aparicio's 1 for 3. He's singled in his first at bat, leading off the game. 110. That ball is lined and caught by the shortstop, Wills. 2 away now. And it's Russ Snyder. Russ Snyder is 0 for 3. He's flied out twice and grounded out. 6-5. 6-5, and that's a pop-up to the right side. LaFay calls everybody off, makes the catch for the third out. And they leave one runner stranded. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. 8-3, Dodgers. And pitching for the Orioles is going to be Miller, Stu Miller. He's going to be facing Davis, LaFay, and Parker. Now, Stu Miller was 9-4 with a 2.25 ERA. So, he means business when he's on the mound. It's a 6-9. 6-9 is a fly ball lifted to right field. Over comes Frank Robinson, 1 away. LaFay is 2 for 3 with a 3-run home run. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-6, a 1-6. It's going to be a split die. That's a 9, so it's a line drive. Base hit for LaFay. His 3rd hit of the day. This will be Wes Parker. Parker's 0 for 2. It's a 2-7. A 2-7 is a split die line drive base hit. And getting it in quickly is the right fielder, Robinson. And that keeps LaFay at second. So back-to-back singles here against Miller. And it's going to be Gilliam and Roseboro coming up. Gilliam is 0 for 3. And it's a 6-8 off Miller's card. A 6-8 is a fly ball center field. 2 away. Snyder makes the catch. And it's Roseboro now. Roseboro's 3 for 3. He hit a 2-run bomb in the 4th inning to tie the game at 3. And it's be a 3-7. A 3-7 is a ground ball to the first baseman, Powell, unassisted. And we go to the top of the 8th inning. No runs, 2 hits here in the bottom of the 7th for the Dodgers. Top of the 8th inning. Drysdale is going to be facing Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson, and Boog Powell. The pitch, 6-11. 6-11 is a ground ball to the first baseman. First baseman is Parker, so he's a 1. And we rolled a 10. And that's going to be a ball that's booted by Parker. So that's the third error of the day for the Dodgers. And on at first is Frank Robinson with an E3. It's going to be Brooks Robinson now. It's a 2-6, a 2-6. That ball is lined, caught by the shortstop Wills. 1 down. Powell now. Powell homered in his first at bat in the second. Reached base on an error and then singles. He's 2 for 3. And that's a 6-10. A 6-10 is a fly ball center fielder X. Center fielder is Willie Davis, a 2. We rolled a 9. And that ball is going to drop in. Looks like he lost it in the sun. It drops in, and going to third and stopping at third is Robinson, and that's going to be a double. A blue double for Powell. Got runners on second and third now with only 1 out. And Bleffery, the left fielder, Kurt B. A pitch, 3-5, a 3-5 is a line drive base hit, and that scores Frank Robinson. 8-4 now. And stopping at third is going to be Powell. RBI single by Bleffery, Kurt B. Dave Johnson. And it's 4-5. 4-5 is going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is his first strikeout of the game? It's Drysdale's first strikeout of the game. 2 out now in the top of the 8th. Runners on first and third. Etchebarren. Etchebarren is 2 for 3. He doubled his last at bat. And it's a 2-8. A 2-8 is a strikeout. So he fans the last 2 batters and gets out of the inning. Only 1 run scores for the Orioles, and it's an 8-4 ball game. We go to the bottom of the 8th. In the bottom of the 8th, it's going to be Drysdale leading off. And it's Miller for the Orioles. They're going to let Drysdale bat. Drysdale is a 2, I believe. Yes, he is. It's a 4-4, 4-4, fly ball center field. And Snyder squeezes it 1 away. Maury Wills, he's 3 for 4, a home run, a single, and a triple, so he's a double shy of the cycle. Here's the pitch to Wills. And it's going to be a 6-5. A 6-5 is a pop-up to the right side. First baseman calls for it. 2 away. And it's going to be Willie Davis. It's a 6-8. 6-8 is fly ball lifted to center. Snyder. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Drysdale's in there. He's going to see a pinch hitter for Miller, the pitcher. And that's going to be Sam Bowen. Bowen is a 210 hitter, 9 doubles, 1 triple, and 6 home runs. So it's going to be Bowen and Aparicio and Snyder here in the top of the ninth inning. And the score is 8-4. Dodgers. Here's the pitch to Bowens. And it's a 6-8 off Drysdale's card. A 6-8. It's going to be a fly ball, center field. Coming over is Davis. Squeezes it. One away. And Luis Aparicio now. Luis is 1 for 4. He singled his first at bat, leading off the game. 5-3. 5-3 is a catcher's card X, and that's a 6. The catcher is a 2. And that's going to be a ball that's a dribbler in front of the plate. Up goes Roseboro and throws it over to first, and 2 down now. Nice play by Roseboro. Got up quick out of that squat. And Snyder. No, it'll be a lot quicker than what I would get out of that squat. All right, Snyder with 2 outs in the top of the ninth. Drysdale going for the complete game. He's 1 out away of winning Game 1 of the 1966 World Series. And we're rewriting history. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. 6-7, 6-7. And that's a ground ball, second base X. The second baseman is LaFay. He's a 3. We rolled a 9. And that's a ball LaFay gets to. Over to first. And game over. The Dodgers pull it out. After being down 3-1, come back and win the game 8-4. They make 3 big errors though. And Don Drysdale gets the complete game victory. And Drysdale, let's see, gave up 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm sorry, I'm counting the wrong spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hits. So Drysdale goes 9 innings, gives up 8 hits, 3 runs. The runs were unearned, except for the home run. So 1 earned run, and walks. Drysdale walks 1. One walk. Strikeouts. He strikes out 2. Gives up 1 home run. So there you have it, folks. So this is a great. This is what this means in terms of the overall strategy of the series. Is that Sandy Koufax, who I think was, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, look it up. I have the cards here. Sandy Koufax was their true ace, and what a season he had. I believe he won. He was 27-9. Okay, this is off the top of my head. Okay, I mean, just think about that for a second, right? 27-9, mind-boggling. And he's going to get a second opportunity to pitch in this series now that they've won Game 1, because he's definitely going Game 2, and he'll be back for Game 5, depending, Game 6. But he may come back for Game 5 and be there Game 7 if there is a Game 7. 27-9 with a 1.73 ERA, Sandy Koufax. Okay? What a season. Mind-boggling. Pitched 323 innings with 317 strikeouts. Allowed not only 19 home runs. Guys today allow 19 home runs in 100 innings pitched. He pitched 300. So that's about, 6 home runs for every 100 innings. All right? Sandy Koufax. You got to see this card. So he's due. I'm not sure who's next in line to pitch, because I'm using the actual line. Oh, I'm sorry there. I'm using the actual lineups. Right? So I'm going to have to look at that. But that all said and done, was a great game, an exciting game. The Dodgers did something that when I saw that they were beat 9-3, and I said, should I replay that World Series? I said, heck yeah. I looked over their team and I said, hey, they got some really good pitching. They got some decent batting with a couple of stolen bases and a couple of sacrifices here and there. You know, if their luck changes. Let me see who pitches in the next game here. Game 2, October 6th of 1966. It's Palmer, Jim Palmer, against Sandy Koufax. So Koufax actually loses this game by a score of 6-0. Koufax, who was unhittable during the season, goes 6 innings. Oh, wow. Gives up 6 hits, 4 runs, but only 1 earned run. There you go. So that's an explanation. So listen, I noticed that in this game, the Dodger defense was not very good at all. They made 3 errors, and it could have cost them the game. It just didn't turn out that way. But this is something that I'm going to have to be aware of, and that the Dodgers, to be able to win this series, are going to have to, do better at. They're going to have to feel that ball and play better defense, because if they don't, if their gloves don't show up, they're going to be stuck for giving up a lot of unearned runs. There were already 2 unearned runs on Drysdale in this game. So that's a little bit of, art imitating life. So anyway, all right, guys, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. That's Game 1 of the 1966 World Series at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers pull it out 8-4. Great game. Take care.